You may have a time where you are going through difficulty and you are suffering and you think, this has to stop. When will this stop? I can't possibly be continuing through all of this suffering for so much longer, can I? And you know, with impermanence, that things will change. But we also know that the truth of impermanence, or the promise of impermanence, isn't necessarily that it's going to go away or get better or that you'll have no more suffering. It's just that it's going to change. It may get better. And so in this time of your suffering, what is it that you really need? Hi, it's Margaret Meloni, and welcome to the Death Dhamma podcast. I'm a Buddhist practitioner out here in the world, having experienced the loss of my loved ones and knowing how much my Buddhist practice helped me on my grief journey. And now, together we have this safe space to discuss death, dying, grief, and the Buddhist teachings that help us really understand attachment, impermanence, being compassionate, being death ready, and what it means to live a life so that we can have a peaceful death. Yep, it's a big topic, and we're going to take it on together. Let's go. Recently, a friend expressed to me his concerns about everything that's going on in the world, the challenges as he sees them, political strife, international conflicts, and the looming threat of fires, floods, and extreme storm systems. He was feeling overwhelmed. Together we were feeling overwhelmed and uncertainty. He was feeling uncertain about his ability to handle the difficulties that life would certainly bring. He was going through a form of suffering. And truthfully, we were going through this suffering together because we both were expressing things we were upset about, things we were worried about, and feeling helpless and wondering what was going to happen. You know, after he expressed his concerns, we sat together in silence. And then it struck me, we don't know what will happen. We do not know if all or none of the scenarios that we were imagining together would come to pass. And it doesn't matter. What does matter is that none of us can control the external world. You can vote, you can volunteer, you can hope for your preferred outcomes. Yet the outcome may be one that you perceive as undesirable. And that could bring suffering, or the idea that you won't get your outcome could bring suffering. Despite the chaos and uncertainty, there's a beacon of hope, the opportunity to build resilience. You can find solace and strength in the teachings of Buddhism, and that's what's going to help you gain some release from the suffering around the concerns about the chaos and the things that we perceive are happening in the world or are happening in the world. You're not guaranteed rest from the external world, right? So when you have that discussion and you look at each other and say, well, that can't happen, or no, one more thing can't happen, or there's no way that this could happen. How could this happen? How could any of us bear anything more? We're just not guaranteed rest from the external world. But what we can find is refuge. In times of difficulty and uncertainty, seeking refuge in the triple gem of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha can provide a source of strength and guidance. When you take refuge in Buddhist practice, you're not seeking a physical sanctuary, but rather a spiritual haven that offers support as you navigate the external world and your own internal responses to your experiences. When you take refuge, you align yourself with the teachings of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. In this way, you acknowledge the Buddha's enlightenment and strive to embody his teachings of compassion, wisdom, and mindfulness in your daily life. You embrace the Dhamma and recognize these teachings as the truth that will help you gain release from suffering. And by sitting with your Sangha, you will know that you are not alone. You can find a Kalyana Mitta, a noble friend. Now, while the Buddha used this term to describe monks and friends within the holy life, you too can have noble spiritual friends, relationships with which you support one another in your practice and help each other on the path to gaining release from suffering. Your refuge enables you to face life's uncertainties with grace and equanimity. Seeking refuge is going to help you to, 1, cultivate mindfulness. And through mindfulness, you develop a deeper understanding of your thoughts, your emotions, actions, leading to greater clarity and insight. By honing this skill, you can develop a deeper sense of self-awareness, reduce stress and anxiety, and enhance your ability to respond to situations with clarity and composure. Your goal is to accept the present moment as it is, without resistance or judgment. By cultivating acceptance, you can find peace amid the chaos and focuses on what you can control. Number 2, embrace impermanence. By taking refuge in impermanence, you learn to accept the transient nature of all things. You become calm in the ebb and flow of life's experiences, recognizing the impermanence of difficult times and cultivating non-attachment. You can develop resilience and adaptability, allowing you to gracefully weather life's storms. Learning to let go is going to help you to reduce the impact of external circumstances on your well-being. I'm feeling better already just from these first 2. A third one, foster compassion and loving kindness. Nurture these qualities, and then you can strengthen your relationships, build social connections, and provide support during difficult times. Remember to start with yourself. And 4th, where we're headed here, is to find liberation from suffering. Ultimately, taking refuge offers you a pathway to liberation from suffering. By following the Noble Eightfold Path and embodying the Four Noble Truths, you embark on a journey towards spiritual awakening and enlightenment. So building the type of resilience that will carry you through the calamity that's happening in your life, maybe on all our lives, right? This takes consistent work. And that's why you rely on the Triple Gem, giving yourself more than one means of support. You're engaging in a form of strength training. Read the suttas to learn about the life of the Buddha and his teachings. Listen to a qualified teacher explain the depth behind the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path, and other concepts. Consider reciting chants or mantras while you exercise. Meditate on your own and with friends. Take a nice contemplative nature walk. You can do this by yourself or with a friend or a group. And consider giving yourself your time and your resources to help others in need. By including a variety of actions in your practice, you are providing yourself the opportunity to engage with your practice every day. Navigating the chaos and uncertainty of today's world, it is daunting, right? It is. And it can be stressful, which causes suffering. But finding refuge is essential for maintaining your well-being and your inner peace. Remember, no matter how turbulent life may be, taking refuge in your practice is going to equip you with the tools to respond to adversity, because life is going to keep coming at you in ways that you cannot control. No matter how much you may talk with a friend about, I don't think any more of this could happen. This is crazy. One more thing can't happen. We don't know. And you don't get to press pause on world events and environmental fallout. You might not have an opportunity to rest, but that's exactly why you take refuge. I've got books for you, starting with Carpooling with Death, How Living with Death Will Make You Stronger, Wiser, and Fearless, the book that got me going and helped me to discuss going through the death of my loved ones, followed by Sitting with Death, Buddhist insights to help you face your fears and live a peaceful life, based on Season 1 of the Death Dhamma podcast. And just recently, Enlightenment Unleashed, how your pet can lead you to spiritual transformation, because during our lifetime, we may see the rising and ceasing of many pets, and we love them like they are our family. Find these on Amazon.com or come see me at MargaretMeloni.com. You've been listening to the Death Dhamma podcast with your host, Margaret Meloni. Thank you so much for being here. Come find me on MargaretMeloni.com, MargaretMeloni.com. And until we meet again, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be at ease, and may you be free from suffering. Bye for now.